What's your dream university?
Stanford,
Oxford, LSE,
McGill,
Cambridge. What about you?
NUS。
迈向世界名校的阶梯，首选辅仁国际学校。
Well, good evening, everyone. It's wonderful to see you. And you are called the elite class, correct? Yes. All right. Are you happy to be in this type of situation? Yes. Yes. So special, intelligent, smart young ladies and men, okay? Now, the most important thing that I have been working with, especially in the last year here at FIS, is helping students become more and more prepared for these interviews. Now, who likes to be interviewed? Who likes to be interviewed here? Okay, one person. Why do you like to be interviewed?
Because interview is a chance for me to express myself, and this sometimes it could be very very hard to speak, but I feel like very relaxing.
Okay, you said that basically you want to be able to express yourself, and that's what we need to do, is express ourselves and be able to present ourselves in a very professional way. Now, I don't want anyone to be trying to memorize all these answers because there could be a lot of questions that you may not even have. But we're going to talk about some of those questions today and give you this opportunity, if you have any questions at the end, to talk about this as well. And if you have a question during the middle of the presentation, please let me know, okay? As you all know, my name is Terry Kissling, and today we'll be talking about the university or college interviews. Interviewing for the future. Interviewing for jobs, interviewing for college is very important, right? Yes, for getting in and being impressed, showing that you're impressing someone. But let me ask you, are you going to be this person? Scared? Are you going to be like, I don't know what to say? That's something that I've also had to work on, is trying not to say too much or okay. These are things that we tend to say when we're not sure what to say to people. Or do you want to be this person or this lady, this young man or this young lady? Confidence, showing that you have confidence when you're in that interview as well. That's where I would like to come in and help wherever I can. And the most important thing is maybe that I can't change your personality, but I can present you in a way that can be helpful in a more strong and etiquette way when you're speaking to the people, all right? All right, why a university or college interview important? An interview is a chance to let them meet, you can meet people, meet the people that you're going to see and get to know. It's a great way to show your interest in the college. Why do you want to go to this university? In America, we use the word college, but here I want you to know, get used to hearing the word college or university. It's the same thing, okay? And then to start the relationship with people there and to show them what you're all about. Who are you? Can you describe yourself by using 3 adjectives? What's an adjective? I don't know what an adjective is. Well, describing yourself, that's important to know who you are. Are you diligent? Are you helpful? Are you organized? Are you quiet? Do you like to talk a lot? These are things to talk about to them, explaining who you are. So let's go through a few questions and then I will give you the reasons of what you should say. For example, why do you want to attend our college or our university? Think about that question. What can you contribute to our college campus? What can you bring to this university? Oh, I like to study. Oh, I get along with many people. Oh, are those strong answers? Tells a little bit about your character, but not so much about what you're going to bring to the university. Now, I have a few here, questions that are in red. And the why they're in red is because these are common questions that will be asked to you. Why do you want to come to our university? Who here has an idea of where you'd like to study? Anybody? No? Oh, one person, okay. Vivian, where would you like to go? NUS, okay. Do you know what they're looking for? Why do you want to come to NUS? Let's say I'm the person that's going to interview you, and I would say, well, Vivian, that's your English name. Why do you want to be at our university? Start thinking about that. These are the questions you want to be considerate. Now, why they ask this? They want to know that you're really interested in their college. They also want to know what you can bring to the campus. So, let's say, how do you answer these questions? Talk about what you've learned about the college. What did you find out about on the internet? What did you find out on their website about their university? Who have you spoken to? And why you feel it's right place for you. Now, remember, have you thought about where you really want to go? Maybe you want to go where it gets 4 seasons. Maybe you want to go where it's just warm, like Singapore all the time, okay? Or maybe I'll say Myanmar, okay? It gets rainy in the summertime there. If you like lots of rain, go in the summertime, okay? Now again, remember that you have to research the college, the university. Know more about the university. If you don't know more about that university, it's not going to be a good sign that they're going to probably take you, okay? Discuss your extracurricular activities and achievements that show your character. What is character? What is character? Anyone?
How you behave.
How you behave is one thing, okay? How you present yourself. How you become across to other people. Are you really quiet? Are you really strong-spoken? Okay, let's go on to the next one. Questions about your personality. What 3 adjectives best describe you? Now, most of the time, they will not ask you that question directly, but they will get somehow, the more you know about yourself, that you will use adjectives, it'll be very helpful. What are your strengths as a student? What are your weaknesses as a student? One's in red here. How would you determine success? What is success to you? Not giving up? Looking to help people? Those are a couple of mine. Why they ask this? They want to see that you can think and speak about yourself. Can you speak about yourself? How well do you know yourself? Okay? The answers and strategies, how to answer these questions. Give examples of how you have chosen adjectives to describe you. How you have chosen these adjectives. How did you choose diligent? How did you choose organized? I'm very organized in my school, but my home life maybe not as organized. Well, I'm a little bit more balanced, okay? For example, my bedroom is my bedroom, so it's a mess. But my office is very, very straight and nice and clean. So it gives them an example of where you feel you are more organized than something else. Talk about how you've used your strengths to accomplish something. What are your strengths as a student? Are they, I'm very good at problem solving. And some of my classmates don't know exactly how to do those problems, but I love helping them out after the teacher's gone. Teamwork. Also helping each other. A character. Talk about how you've overcome your weaknesses. Well, I love languages, but I'm not very good at speaking. But I really am really good at reading languages. How have I overcome my weakness of speaking? I practice, I listen, I go to people who may speak the language. These are ways that you've overcome it. Success for me is not giving up and overcoming obstacles. That's one of mine as well. Success for me is not giving up and overcoming obstacles. You will have obstacles along the way. Obstacles that will basically deter you to stop you from going forward. Okay? How would you do this? Questions about activities, interests, and goals. What activities do you find most rewarding? Is it snow skiing? I used to do that when I was your age, but I don't do it anymore. What is your favorite book? Maybe it's science. I had a student come in that goes, my favorite book actually is computer programming. And I go, oh, I don't know how to go with that. I said, but it's something that they enjoy doing. They love reading computer programming books. Maybe it's novels. Maybe it's fantasy. Maybe it's Western. What is your favorite book? Who is your role model? Do you have a role model? Is it Bill Gates? Is it Miss Merkel from Germany, the Chancellor? There's many things. Again, why is it in red? These are common questions that they're going to ask you. How can our university meet your goals? What are your goals for this degree that you want to get? What are your goals? Why they ask this? They want to get to know you better and learn about what's important to you. Okay? How do you answer them? Why are those activities most rewarding? Well, I also love music. Music helps me relax after a long day at work. Or music helps me relax before I go to bed because I've had a long day of studying. Why is a book your favorite? I've learned so much about computer programming from this particular author that I think it's going to help me to take me farther because I want to go into computer programming. I'm no computer programmer, okay, by the way, but that's just something that's an example. If you have a role model in mind, talk about what you have learned from them. Well, I can't make millions and billions of dollars like Bill Gates, but I think he's a very intelligent man, and he's actually really down to earth when you talk with him and stuff as well. I've learned to not try to be so stressful. Yeah, after I've made that much money, I don't think I'd be too stressed either, okay? So discuss how you think the university or college can help you meet your goals. How will they meet your goals? And then be sincere and honest in your answers. Don't say things just to impress the interviewer. Okay? What do I impress them with? Just think about that for a moment. There's a wide range of questions. If you had $1,000 to give away, what would you do with it? Take about 30 seconds, and I'm going to choose one of you. What would you do if someone gave you $1,000 US? Take about 15 more seconds. Iris, can I call on you? Is that okay? If I gave you $1,000 US, what would you do with it?
I think I would invest.
You would invest it in like the stock market or what?
I think stock market.
Okay.
And the profit, I like to build an organization that I believe in.
Okay, very, very good. All right. $1,000 US does sound like a lot, actually. It's in a sense in America, it's just so-so, but it is a lot of money for, especially over here, over in Asia. All right, what's your opinion on discrimination in the workforce? Now, this is a very, very broad question, or topic that's of the news. So what I'm trying to say is that it's very broad, and sometimes they probably won't ask you this. Okay. Who wants, Vanessa, what do you want to study at NUS? Have you thought of that yet? Engineering. Okay. What makes engineering important for your future?
Because I think this subject is very
Applicable. Okay. All right. Very good. Anybody here want to be in the medical field? What do you want to be? Do you have an idea?
Also engineer.
An engineer as well, okay? What will make you successful as an engineer?
I think the creation.
Creation of things, okay? Next question could be, how can our university help you in your engineering future? In your engineering degree? Knowing more about that. Now again, this is a very broad question. They probably won't ask you that type of question, but know what you are reading in the news about the degree that you want to go into. It's important. If you could change one thing about your school, what would it be? Now, I haven't heard that question asked, actually, but I throw that in here because sometimes we have an opinion of what we want to see happen at our school. And sometimes it can be a trick question. Why could it be a trick question? Are you going to talk bad about your school? Are you going to talk good about your school? Are you going to talk bad about the teachers? Talk good about the teachers? What are they going to do? So they could be trying to trick you, but again, it's probably not a question you'll see very often. Why they ask? They want to see that you are informed and curious and careful thinker. Okay? Your answers. Stay up to date. What does it mean to stay up to date? My friend, what does it mean to stay up to date? Anybody want to help? Stay up to date. Daniel, do you have an idea what it means stay up to date? You haven't? That's going on maybe in the world at the time. It's basically meaning that you are trying to read up on the things that are happening at this time in your life right now, in 2018, okay? Do you have a strong opinion on certain issues? All right, many of you here are from China. How do you feel about your president meeting the president from North Korea recently? Do you have a strong opinion about that? They could ask, but always be prepared. Can you explain your position about this situation? These are all very tough questions. That's why I want to do my best to be able to help wherever I can. And then finally, spell out your system of values to yourself and think about how you apply it. What can you do to apply what you've learned in school, at FIS, or in China, or in Myanmar? What have you done to be able to come to this point at the university? All right, more college interview tips. Have a conversation. Don't try to memorize a script. That is the first thing I'm going to tell you right now. Let me tell you a quick story. When I was in Korea, I helped a young man who really wanted to work in Canada. He had already had his degree, and he had applied 2 times previously within a year before I met him. And he never got the position. So I finally sat down with him and I said, why do you want to go to Canada? I wanted to know his background. And all of a sudden he just started speaking, like had this whole script memorized. And I said, don't take this wrong, but you sound like a robot. I'm not here to be rude, but I want you to become more natural in your speaking. So make sure it's a conversation. Not like me just lecturing to you, okay, right now. It's become more of a lecture, but make sure you don't memorize a script. Have ideas in your mind of what you want to say. Ask questions. Do express your interest in the university or college. What can you tell me about the university that I haven't found on your website? Ooh. Why do you like working at this university? Now, someone may think that's a very personal question to a professor, but it may also give you a good clue that they may not be as happy as they think they are. It's an idea. Be yourself. Don't try to answer questions based on what you think the interview wants you to hear. Just be yourself. Don't try to give anything more that you think that you can add these big words that you think you're going to try to know what they mean or something like that. prepare. Do practice interviews with friends or family, or practice with Mr. Terry. I've had a few students from last fall who graduated in October, and they finally came, and they got their 3-4 interviews set up, but they came every day just to practice. If I didn't have the time available, they wouldn't have had that opportunity to practice. So I say start practicing now. But Mr. Terry, I have another 7 more months to go. I don't need to worry about that. October, November is not that far, that's pretty far away. I know you're studying, but the more you practice, the more comfortable you will be and more confident you'll have. All right, and then finally, we already went to that, prepare. What now? What do you do before and after your college interview? Now this next screen has a lot of words on it, so don't worry about reading everything that we have on there. But what do you do before and after the college? These are just some tips to think about. All right, make an interview appointment, which you basically, they will contact you. Usually they will say, we'd like you to come on this and this particular day and time. All right? Mark the date down, of course. Don't forget. Research the university. Research, research, research. The more you know, the better you'll have the opportunities. That was one thing that I had recently with one of the students from last fall. I said, if you don't research and know about this university, you're not going to do very well. Now, let me tell you one thing about him. I'm not going to say names, but he was very intelligent, high student, straight A's, but his difficulty in speaking sometimes did not come across very clearly. Now, I wasn't putting him down, but I wanted him to know if he had more information about the university, that will impress them more than you realize. By doing that, yes, you may sound like I'm not fluent enough in English, but you'll be able to express yourself about what you know about the university. All right, make notes why you want to attend. Again, make notes about the academic background, make notes about life outside the classroom. What did you do outside the classroom? Did you just study, study, study? All right, get familiar with common interview questions. That's where I come in to help if you need help. And prepare questions about the school to ask the interviewer. What questions do you have for us today? That will be a question that they will ask you. Usually you should have at least 2. I used to watch a few videos just to prepare for this as well, and one person said you should have at least 10, and I go, wait, 10 won't be good. Let me tell you why. They just got done asking you 10 questions. Now, you're not turning the tables on them and saying, I'm going to ask you 10 questions. No, maybe 2 or 3 questions is enough. Most people have 1. You should always have questions. Prepare questions about the school. Okay, get directions to the interview. Oh my gosh, where's the university at? Where's the place I need to go? If you have the opportunity to go the day before to find out where the building's at and the location, do that. Okay? Choose appropriate clothes to wear. Now, you don't have to dress up and have a tie on all the time. Gentlemen and ladies don't have to have always a dress on. But the more professional you look, as they say, casual wear or casual, professional casual. Is that the correct word? Professional casual. I don't think that's right. Anyway, so it's basically a nice black pants, gentlemen, maybe a white shirt or a light colored shirt, and you don't need to wear a tie. But if you do have one, maybe look impressive, but wear the tie when you get into the workforce, okay? Ladies, if you have a nice skirt, that's fine too. And some things about sitting. Gentlemen, never cross your legs at an interview. Ladies, you can always cross your legs. Okay? But gentlemen, in an interview, it's not necessary to cross your legs. It is really something very simple, but think about that as well. These are things that I can talk with you about as well. And then, of course, gather your documents you need, such as test scores, your school transcripts. After the interview, make notes about the interview. Write down, make sure you have the person's name in case they don't have a name card or a business card. Write it down. Write down any questions that you may have forgotten to ask them. File away the business cards or name cards And then, of course, send a thank you note. Is it important? There was a young man that just got into SUTD. He had the interview in the morning, and within 6 hours he was offered the position, offered the offer to go to this university. Did he have time to do a thank you note? No, he didn't. But it is a little extra touch. It's not required. It isn't required, but it can be helpful. And again, something that we discussed, okay. Let's get started. Again, this is more of a just for later on. If you want to get to take some time to get to talk with me about this, please do set up an appointment and we can do that as well. And I want to say thank you. Now, after the filming's done here, I'll have some more questions to give you and some information. But thank you for this time, all right?